mentioned all the players. Which player would you say was like your best talent you have coached?
uh, and I don't want to let you, um, you know what? It's a bit tough. It's a bit tough, but talking of Luke Jongwe, talking of selection, I believe there are some of the guys who were there not supposed to be there. What is going to happen, like, if the guys like Raza retire, like Craig, like Sean, Evan retire, and you know, we, we want to remove that thing of just if you just score 50, 100, you already play for your national team. No.
On track, now we on way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up.
Hey, welcome back, people. Hey, we haven't done this in a very long time. I know I've been out, I think, since COVID. So life has to happen, these things, they don't pay the bills for us. So we have to hustle. But I'm happy to be back. And for today, I think we've been doing the Keep Tour a couple years ago, where we were getting to players' kickbacks. But we're trying to switch things around a bit and try and get to know these athletes a little bit more and some of the moguls, the mentors, around the circles of cricket or anywhere. So just spreading positivity and I think also positive critique, which is really necessary to improve anything. So for today, I'm honored and I'm blessed to be joined by the one and only a person I used to call my coach, still is, even up to now, I can't even say his name without saying coach. He's a huge person of faith. He's a cricket mogul, he's a mentor, he's one of the best coaches in Zimbabwe, one of the best coaches Zimbabwe has ever had. And he coaches professional athletes like national team players like Jongwe, Joylord Gumbie, Milton Shumba, Wesley Madhevere, same Curran, believe it or not. Kaisano, Wellington Masakaza, Charles Kunde, Tinashe Kamunhukamwe, and the list goes on. Uh, I'm sure by this resume, you all almost wondering who is this person. Ladies and gentlemen who are watching, I'm with Coach Reginald Mutare, currently in the UK, and he's with me here today, and we'll be starting the first show, which we're gonna discover the name soon. I think if you're watching or if you watch the whole episode, I think you can just comment what you think we can call the show. At the moment, we're just gonna leave it like that. All right, Coach Reggie, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You saw?
Yeah, I'm keeping well. I think the last time we met, we were small boys.
Yeah, it's a very long time.
And now we have years. I'm sure if we were to come across the street, we would have know that this is courage.
Yeah, I'll never forget my boys.
And the answer coach, hey, I've come across many people in gym. I was there in August. You come across people, they don't know you. And then I have to reintroduce myself again. So, hey, it's one of those things.
Yeah, obviously, when people are growing, people do change. Yeah, especially the boys of these days. They if they put on rasta, all of them, especially when they're growing up. I don't know where they're getting that from. Especially when especially those boys who are playing national team at the moment, especially boys from Shtungi, Zamavuku.
No, hey, one of those things. Otherwise, I would go to the UK.
UK is alright, but I I don't like the weather.
Yeah, I can see you already jackets already, and it's late at night. Yeah, it's burning.
Yeah. We're now in the winter season now, so it's already snowing and stuff. So yeah, I don't. I'm, I'm not a friend of winter.
Yeah, I don't think even myself would survive it. Otherwise, with when you hear that resume, you have like the likes of Luke Jongwe, Wesley Madhevere, same talent. When you hear that list, what's the feeling like for you when you realize the amount of talent that is come through your hands?
Yeah. Firstly, I thank God for the gift because definitely it's a gift from God to to nature talent. It's not only about nature or coaching the kids, but it's about teaching them life as well. Teaching them life. They must know everything about life so that it will be easy for them when they're like fathers, when they are sort of like starting to plan their own lives without their parents and stuff. So yeah, and of course, there's life after cricket. So they must learn all those things. To be most important thing to be responsible. They need to be responsible with their lives and stuff. So I'm happy that most of them uh just adding uh just adding another name, same Curran,
Who's that?
same Curran.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, just adding another name. But yeah, most of them are doing well. In and outside the country. So I'm really happy to see that.
No, hey, that's true. And even for myself, yes, we didn't play and carried on with the game to a high level. But, with just talking to you, I think for a person like me, it's something that I'll cherish, that I get the opportunity to know, a person like you. Even now, we carry some of the lessons that you taught us when we were growing up. So, it's a privilege. And I can say we're blessed to be in your hands. And then, talking of blessings, Coach, whenever I ask you, Coach, how are you doing? Coach is like, no, I'm blessed. You know, you're a man of faith. I've known always been a man of faith. It's always been like that since birth, or there's a certain stage where it came to you, maybe at a later stage.
Yeah, it's for me. It's like everything belongs to God. My life, my everything. Even if things are hard, if things are good, uh, for me it doesn't change because God doesn't change. God is still the same today, tomorrow, and forever. So yeah, obviously in life there are ups and downs in life, but that will not change God. God will God will remain God. God will remain God. So yeah, I'm blessed forever.
No, that's true. And I think I'm gonna try and use that word a little bit more. Some of us we are good people. You ask us how we're doing. Hey, I'm fine. You know, sounds so basic, but when you hear it, it's powerful.
Yeah, it's only that you don't need to confess. You you always need to speak the positives always in your life because they always remember that there's power in your mouth. So if you confess things are tough, things are hard, things are what, so that means you're calling those things in your life. So yeah, you need to be careful with your words. So just be positive all the time. Because there's some people, even the boys we coached years back, would be like asking me like, where are you going with the cricket? Some will tell you that I'm going no, going nowhere with my cricket and stuff. And obviously they didn't go anywhere with the cricket. But some will tell you that in future I'm going to play for the national team. Future I'm going to do one, two, three, four. So yeah, there's power. So even even personally, even if things are tough or things are not even are looking good, I never I don't confess that because I know one one day things will change. Yeah,
Okay. No, I see. I see. So do you think maybe with the success you've had, I mean, through coaching, is maybe one of the things that is, paved the way for you to have all the success, just staying positive, like the same thing that you just mentioned now.
yeah.
No, that's great. And then with coaching, when did you realize that coaching is the right calling for me? You see, I think I was surprised that you might be shocked that I know this, but I will talk about it later. But coaching, when did you realize that this is it for me? Because you get some people that get shaped into playing cricket, you know, like should I go pro or should I stay on and be a coach or umpiring and stuff like that? When did you realize that this is it?
I think that was 20 20 20 years ago when I was playing for Glenshire, one of our old clubs. I think those during those days there was like senior guys and coaches like Munyurwa, Jena, Mafigo, and the other Namburo came a bit later, but the guys like Musa passed away, and the other guys who are now doing some other things. So it was a thing of like after the session, Mr. Munyuro was like, there are courses at Royal Sports Club, basic, intermediate, and stuff. So I didn't like. So if you want to go, just let me know, and then I can push your name up so that you can go and do some courses. And it was like sort of like it's good for you guys so that you know more about cricket. And then from there, just let me just let me just give it a try because already there I was playing cricket and I was enjoying the game and loving it. Even my mother was sort of like, I love this game cricket because we could sit the whole day watching Test cricket. So so I was so in love with cricket, and then went for the courses, started doing courses, and then from there, from the start, we started doing what we call volunteer coaching, uh, without getting paid. So I started coaching at a Glen before primary school. There was nothing there, no facilities, no what. So we just practicing in a tennis court and whatever. So you can see that we have this thing, and then already you can see that we are starting changing people's lives. But in a way, you didn't know that you're already changing people's lives. So that's how it started at Glen before primary school. And then moving on, coaching Woody Road to Glenview, one primary. And then from there, moved to Chechu School. And then where we dominated the game of cricket. And then from there, we moved to St. George's. Mm, yeah.
No, it's a journey that I think I know a bit of, but just not really the roots of. So I think it's good, especially like now in this conversation, I can sort of like picture of the story where it started. So I think I first got to know you through the Mashigos and stuff, the age groups from under 13, I think, under 13, under 14, and then coming to church you. Yeah. So no, it's great to know those stories. Sometimes we don't really get to understand the stories and the people that you meet in life. But there's this particular thing, Coach Charles. There's this game on the February 2nd of February 2006. What do you know about that day?
2nd of February 2006. 2nd of February.
Yeah, 2006.
Which game was
You were still playing cricket, 2006.
that? Well, I was still playing club.
Ah, is it club? Because there I have a Mashonaland Mashigo's game, Mashonaland versus Midland game. Um, and I think it's the only game that's there.
Oh, I remember the game we played against Midlands. And it's a race course club.
Yeah, the least A game.
Yeah, I remember. I remember taking one of the best sketches. I think it was at mid off. I think I don't.
But what were you doing at mid on? Because yeah, it says you're a wicket keeper. Who had the gloves that time?
And that team was who was the keeper? But he was a lighty. I think if it's not Kajau, it was Chimbambo. I think. Hmm. Yeah, if it's not Kajau, it was Chimbambo. Yeah.
No, it's a long time ago. It's a long time ago. Just been going through some proper researches, yeah. But again, you you've made it this far, and then you chose the other path. You see, this is what I just want to get like to understand. Because most people struggle with this thing. You get people that play franchise cricket for for years until they're old, and then there's nothing in return. Whereas if they had chosen another path, they could have had a better career still in the game, like yourself. So you played this and you put a hold on it and pursued cricket. Was it a hard decision to make, or
No, it wasn't hard because I was just weighing things here, like sort of like when you're playing. I think you can play up to 34, 33, you're done. But when you're coaching, you can coach up to, I don't know, you there's some coaches who are still coaching cricket who are like 50, 60 years, and most of them are doing that consulting job and stuff. So, uh, coaching, I think is better. Obviously, it was an easy decision for me because obviously, that's where mostly sort of like my passion, love, everything was just there. And then playing, it was just a bit of a challenge, of like uh I was from Glenview, so it was a bit tough, playing while you're coming from Glenview. So it was a serious thing with Highfield boys.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so so it was a thing of like, no, let me not waste my time, let me just do what I love most, changing people's lives through cricket. Uh, yeah, it was a, it was an easy decision for me.
Hey, I think most people say otherwise, right? Because you get people that play forever until a certain age where you're like, should this person still be in this cricket field? Yeah, I just want to be controversial for 5 seconds. We mentioned all the players. Which player would you say was like your best talent you have coached?
uh,
We'll make it easy and say maybe three. Let's say three. Okay, three best talent.
and I don't want to let you, um, you know what? It's a bit tough. It's a bit tough, but especially Churchill. Hey, uh, even the selection was tough. The boys were just too good. You're talking of of, of complete players. We're talking of
Yeah.
complete players. Leaders. We're talking of like there's a guy used Nembiria. You're something else. There's Regina Wonde. Hey, he was a leader, good player of spin. They're just good. Mutombodzi, yeah, one of those. And this one, Mashawiza Dean. It was something. It was something. They, they were just different. They were playing different roles, but they were just different. We're talking of Luke Jongwe, talking of one of the I think one of the hitters of a cricket ball, clean hitters. We're talking of one of the clean hitters. We're talking of Zakaria.
Okay, are they in the top three? Because now we have like 6 people now. You don't have people behind.
Everyone was just every, you know what it, everyone was just good. You know it, during my days at Churchill, from under 14 to first team, it was a it was a national team.
No.
It was
No, I remember. Even you see, even the under 19 squad, you see like 80% is
because I remember I went for the national age groups at Prince Edward.
yeah.
Uh, went the about 22 boys, all of them made the squad. So
That's England in the second team.
yeah, so every, everyone was too good. Grobla Mazambara is too good. Elijah Ure. eh, It's only that the setback of injuries and stuff. But it's good. Kunje, we're talking of Audacious Ojiji.
Say good.
We're talking of one of some of our left-handers. We're talking of Curran Chaiva. We're talking of Vusi. Remember Vusi?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah.
And Dylan Wondo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I on Wondo, I think should be playing national team by now. But I don't know. But anyway, uh, there's something that you can't control.
Hey, that's true. But we'll get into it a little bit. I think let's just switch on here. Let's just switch up a bit. Um, the Africa T20 qualifier, Zimbabwe national team didn't make the T20 World Cup in a league of Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Namibia. Did I miss any other team? Just those teams. And Zimbabwe didn't make it through.
What I can say, it it says a lot about us. It says a lot about us. Um, yeah, yeah. Talking about the associates, uh, they are really taking their game to another level, and they're doing something right. Mm. They're doing something right about their cricket. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, losing to Uganda, uh, I'm not saying they're not that good, but the truth is they are not at our level. So it's sort of like Churchill is losing to Kuadzana High School. So it says a lot about 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 our cricket. Obviously, obviously those countries are improving. Their cricket is improving, but our game is not moving. That's the thing. Our game is not moving because talking of even if talking of like a selection, I believe there are some of the guys who were there not supposed to be there, were not supposed to be there because especially when you are going for a T20, like other countries, you go with the specialist, the specialist guys for the T20. But I don't know those guys. Some of them are like they're trying to play for their states or trying to play for their names or stuff. But yeah, it's not right for the nation. It's not right for our name. Yeah, I think something needs to be done as quickly as possible. Something needs to be done as quickly as possible for our cricket to move.
See, I mean, I just looking at it, I was looking at it, I'm like, is it because our standards we're doing something wrong, or maybe the other countries, the associate countries are doing something better, or our standards are going down? Because personally, for me, I look at it this way. I look at it this way. Uh, I'm not the best person to talk about politics. I don't know much about politics, but I look at Zimbabwe as a country. Like if you look at independence, during independence, things were okay, right? Things were moving better. There's resources in the country, and then all that shenanigans happened, and people were moved out of the country, and then the economy from 1980 up until now is the economy ever shoot up, or it has always been a descending graph that is going down, because now from the 1980 with the resources, like, and then they start depreciating, they start over time. Things look good for the first 20, 15 years, 20, I mean 15, 20 years. And then now, because there hasn't been any improvement, or any anything that has been done to better the country, like we showing off that this is our best, which is the same for cricket. Look, I mean, way before during the Granty and the Flower time, where Zimbabwe was competing against the best of the best, and they were doing well. They were like the good competitors. And then from there, slowly, and up until now, we see our graph is, is moving down. I remember we used to play Bangladesh, and Bangladesh was no match for Zimbabwe. Afghanistan, we didn't even think of Afghanistan. But now we having to play Uganda. Not they are not good team, but for Zimbabwe, it's not our league.
Yeah, it's not even.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Is it a matter of these countries are doing something better, or then we're doing something wrong, or is just been a constant graph that has been just descending over time? That eventually we're just gonna shoot rock bottom like now.
Uh, the truth is, our cricket is going down. Yeah, that's the truth. Because we must tell each other the truth so that if you are going to move, we move. If you are going to move, we move. Because at the end of the day, cricket is it's a national sport. Yeah, it's a national sport. So it's for the nation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's for the nation and it's for everyone. And this kind of sports needs to be run by the right people, so that we can start moving forward. If you look at it, uh, just to go back a bit again, I remember, I think I wrote this on Facebook. I remember when we went to Norton, there was a cricket coaches seminar.
Yeah, I saw that one. Okay, guy Bute, name Bute. Yeah.
Eh, yeah, there was a seminar there, and then all of a sudden, there's a new guy, but he doesn't even know about cricket and stuff. That's where you see that politics and sport doesn't mix at all. I think it started to change from there. I think it started to change. The logo. They changed the logo. They changed a lot of stuff, and then uh, there are things in the game of cricket that you never change. Like for example, for you to be a better player, for you to be able to play cricket at the highest level, it starts from the foundation. Yeah, it starts from the foundation. So that means you're talking of the basics. So that means if you're talking of the basics, you're talking of the grassroots, like the grassroots where you're coming from. You're talking of development. You see,
Yeah, yeah.
you're talking of development. So that means you cannot just focus on the national team. You cannot just focus on the under 19. Where are they coming from? Where are they coming from? All those players come from the grassroots. Some of the players they came from the scholarship programs. Most of them they came from those interprovincial games, national age group games, stragglers. We're talking of stragglers cricket. Most of them played stragglers cricket, and then at the moment stragglers cricket is still there, but now we don't have the foundation. Now we don't have the grassroots. We got Wesley, for example, just giving few names. We got Wesley Madhevere, we got Milton Shumba. If they sort of like retire or if anything happened to them, where is another Wesley? going to come from? Where is another Milton is going to come from? If there's no grassroots, if there no, so at the moment we don't have structures. We don't have structures. We don't have anything because everything of sort has been destroyed. That scholarship program was destroyed. There's no scholarship program at all. Interprovincial games, there are no interprovincial games. National age groups, there are no national age groups at all. So that means there's nothing. So that means our cricket will not go anywhere. Our cricket will not go anywhere.
That's true. That's true. Nah, that's very true. Because even I was just looking at this. I'm looking at the under 19 period. You know, where guys are going for World Cup under 19 and stuff. Now, when those guys get to the national team level, if you look at their games, like the first 10 games, they do very well. Like they coming in, they're on fire. But then over time now, when they're in the national setup, over time, they become like mediocre cricket. They just stay basic. Like they're not because you would expect that okay, this guy is coming from under 19, he's scoring 50, he's scoring these runs at national level. Over time, he's gonna start getting better. Maybe 100, maybe 150, maybe more 500. But they become 30s guys. They become 20s guys at their best. So I don't know. I just want to understand the gap between under 19 and national team. Like you said, Wesley Madhevere, was he a better under 19 cricketer than a national team cricketer? I would say he was a better under 19. Under 19, he was gone. Milton Shumba under 19. Now, it's 30s. You know, so I just want to understand the gap between that.
Yeah, there's a big gap. There's a big gap because it's a thing of like remember I was talking about the structures. You know, because if you look at our players, if you look at our players, we talk of potential. We talk of potential. We talk of potential. Oh, this boy got potential, but such and such a time, you'll be one of the best and whatever. You'll be one of the. So, like now, if you look at it now, what is going to happen? Like, if the guys like Raza retire, like Craig, like Sean, Evan retire, and you can even see that what do you call our youngsters are even struggling, are even struggling, are even struggling to take off. They're not even taking off. Hey, they're struggling because you're talking of potential. And there are lots of players, as in players, who retired and they were just talking about potential. Hmm. We're just talking about potential. So, so, so that means there's something wrong between there. There's something wrong. Uh, we need those. We need those Zim A games that and that they can play against Namibia, that they can play even against Uganda, that means they can play against other countries. And then there's something that I think that can finish a player if the environment lacks competition. Like you know that I'm courage day in day out. I'm going to play. My name will be there. So there's no competition. So that means if there's no competition, your game will not grow.
Yeah, true. So, because I was even going to bring I was happy when you mentioned Zim A, which is better because now you have to play against other nations and get different competition. Because when you talk of League A, first class, you're still playing against, facing the same sort of talent and like what you're saying, like if everyone was playing, they are almost certain that they are in the team. Yeah.
the team. So that's why most of them they did go anyway, because for them there was no competition. If there's no competition, so that means there's no one is pushing you.
Mm,
So that
mm,
means so that means you will be limited. But if there's someone like you're playing the game of cricket, there's someone who wants to play at your position, one way or the other, you're forced to perform.
yeah,
Understand? You're forced to perform. At the end of the day, it's not all about names. It's about the game of cricket. It's about selecting the right people to represent your country. It's not about the name. Because if you check some of the players, they played something like 50, like 10, 20 games. You don't have a 50. So what are you doing there? And
no,
then,
I
uh,
agree.
eh, and then again, you you're being selected all the time, and then your game will not grow.
Mm,
You
mm,
see, there must be there must be a competition. There must be a competition. So that means they are like the during church days, the school setup. There's first team and second team. If you're playing first team, you're not scoring runs. You're going to second team. The guy who's scoring runs in second team will go and play first team. So so that was the secret at Chechu. That's why Chechu was
mm,
so dominant. Because you know that if I don't score runs, I'm going to play second team. And then in your mind, you're telling yourself that I don't want to play second team. So if you don't want to play second team, you know what to do. So
yeah,
it must be the same thing with the national. There must be Zime
yeah,
at all times. There must be Zime. If you're not performing, go to Zime
yeah, yeah.
or create Zimb as well.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Because again, is it? I look at it. I try and look at it like both ways. The people that are playing, these guys that are playing professional, if they first class in them, they are grown men. You know, they have to make a living. Some of them they have kids. Because I think I was having this other conversation with this guy he's from Rock. He's like, okay, we get paid when we play, and then off season, there's nothing coming from cricket. So now, what's going to encourage that person that during off season, he puts in the hours in the net, hit more balls, and you know, target bowling, work on his fitness. What's going to motivate him to keep going or improve his game during off season when he has to look after his family? So I feel like, in terms of financial, I think that's where the country, the nation is actually like letting these talents, get to where they're made to be. Like we talk of potential, like what you say, the potential is there, but now that potential is to make a living. Like they are not just playing cricket; they want to make a living out of it and build on it. Don't you think maybe it's also one of the contributing factors that the country is lacking competition? Because I can tell you now, you mentioned Zakaria Wengana, a big player. Where is he? He's not in Zimbabwe. You mentioned the Tinashe Raza, a big player. Where is he? He's not in Zim. They are pursuing other things. And I know who's this? Dion. Dion Myers. I think he's focusing on his studies or something. So now imagine you've got all this talent that is moving and going away to pursue a better living or things like that. Now you are left with a few of the best. It's not the best talent available. They are the guys that are there at that moment.
Yeah, yeah, that's the challenge. Like now, we're talking of motivation, obviously. Because in other countries, cricket is a job. Uh, a job, and then you use it to take care of your family and stuff. So yeah, uh, if you just go back a bit, if you just look at the under 19 World Cup Malaysia,
Yeah.
under 19 World Cup Malaysia, I think that was 2008. I think 2008.
Yeah.
Uh, up to now, up to the last World Cup, we didn't keep anyone. So that means, so that means something is wrong. We can't keep our players. We can't keep the best. We don't have the best, to select from and stuff. Because, like what you're saying, at the end of the day, people need to live, need to take care of themselves and the other people. So, at the end of the day, if you're not doing that, it will be a problem. So that means we are wasting money. Okay? So money will be wasted because we can't keep anyone and stuff.
Yeah.
I think, and I think I believe other franchises. I think the other thing which might work as well is like those franchises. Uh, uh, don't sort of like don't try to run everything by yourself. Do it like for example, like IP or Mumbai.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's Coca Cola is running that. Tuskers, someone is running that. This Midlands, Rhinos, someone is running that. Mashugu, someone is running that. So that you don't run everything by yourself. Because at the end of the day, we want that franchise cricket to run properly, like a franchise A and franchise B. I remember, I remember, I remember we're talking about competition.
Exactly.
Eh,
Yeah.
I remember we're talking about competition. So that means there's A team and B team. So that means the guy who's playing A team is always on his toes, hungry, hungry to perform because he knows that there's a guy who's playing B side who's doing well. You see, so ah,
It's a training conversation. It's a training topic because hey, I feel yeah the system is letting these guys down. I mean, there is so much talent. There's so much talent in them, and I can say if all the talent is available, we'll be having a different conversation with Zimbabwe cricket. We're not keeping the talent, and we're not taking. I don't think we're taking the right steps to fix that. Otherwise, more and more people are gonna keep doing the same thing. Because you get some. I know there's some people that just because they're learning in Zimbabwe, they play Zim under 19. They look for opportunities and somewhere else. Like it's not even their goal to come or continue playing national team. They're going to look. They would rather play, a division in Ireland in UK. They would rather do that than stay and play for the national team, which is sad. So yeah, I feel if that part can be rectified, we would have a different conversation. I just want to touch on yeah, I just want to touch just moving away from that. There's these players. Sifa Joao, which is one player you mentioned on your Facebook, and there is Tapiwang Fuza, and there is Antam Nak. Just starting with Sifa Joao, you mentioned on your Facebook, like these are the games that you should save the big guys to just go there and demolish these guys. Ah, do you mind just explaining a little bit more on that? Like, just your thoughts on that.
Okay, on Sifa's Joe, they don't call him Big Bully for nothing. Uh,
Yes.
obviously, they say he doesn't think, or maybe he's old and whatever stuff. But I think when you're playing against Uganda, Nigeria, Tanzania, whatever, you don't need to think.
The only the
You don't need to think. You don't need to negotiate anything. You just need to show them that we're at a different level here. We're at a different level. I remember, I remember with the game we played against Eaglesville years back. I think the, the first team guys were fighting for the places to go to under 19 in New Zealand. So during those days, was Maunze was there, Mutombodzi, Kaiya, Mashawiza, Uni, Jongwe, Ezai, and some other guys. You know, uh, it was sort of like the same like Zimbabwe against Uganda.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we batted first and then we scored 562 for two, 50 overs. So, so it's still the record right now in Zimbabwe with community schools. So it was a thing of just showing Eaglesville that we are not
The same there.
we are not the same level. We are not the same, and we will never be.
Mm,
Understand?
mm.
So it's the same thing as Zimbabwe playing against Tanzania, against Manajimbi. You know,
Yeah.
you, you don't need to negotiate anything. And then again, as it it was an embarrassment that we're losing to Uganda, sort of like with our full squad, but the
Mm.
Uganda just lost to our under 25 boys. So
Make it make
so it doesn't make sense. Yeah,
no,
it doesn't. It it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So ah, something wrong. And I feel there's something wrong, and if it's not addressed as quickly as possible, uh, we are you're not going anywhere because in other countries, you don't need you don't need to be told to retire.
yeah, that's true.
Yourself, you just
Because I mean, with Joao, I think I saw he was the leading run scorer in one of the T20 games that were played in them. And then you sort of think, you consider him. I don't know if it's age or, but like what you're saying, some games you don't need the brain. You don't need the brain. But anyways, you mentioned it that Zimbabwe needs to pull their sources up in this T20 qualifier. And when I saw it, I was like, Nigeria, Uganda, come on now. We are not, we're not yet there. Yes, we didn't make it to the ODI World Cup where with I think it was Netherlands, Scotland, and we lost to some of those funny teams. They're funny now, but we can't call them funny anymore. If we can't make a World Cup in a group stage, like the one that they played in Namibia. But anyways, and there's Champion Food. I don't know if you know the guy. I think I saw a story on Chamu's Facebook story. It's like it's about time now. I think he was the bowler of the tournament in the NPL, and he was a bowler of the best bowler in the Pro 50 champions as well. What do you think? Do you think he should get a shot, or he needs more time?
Um, Personally, I think they call him Bonzo.
Ah,
Yeah, he's been on the sidelines for a very very long time. He's been doing well. He's been doing well. Either it's club cricket, either it's franchise cricket. He's been doing well. Yeah, I think it's time for him to play. I think it's time for him to play. I think if the selectors are hearing right now, he must play against Ireland because that's that's the only way you can see if the player is ready or not. But to me, I think he's ready. He's done well because normally we select according to our own leagues and stuff. So he's been doing well. You know, the best ball of that tournament, best ball of that tournament, best ball of that tournament. He's been doing it. So I think he must be rewarded for his hard work.
no, that's true. That's true. And what role do you think you play in for them? Like, where do you think you fit in and you make a huge impact?
Uh he's a specialist off spinner.
Mm.
He's a specialist off spinner. He's not a part timer. So he's a specialist off spinner. I think with the experience now, uh, you know, he's played. I think he's played here in England as well. He's played lots of cricket. No, I think now he understands this game more. I think he's going to. I think he's going to do well because obviously, other teams they don't know him, so obviously they will be looking for some footages. Like Mr. Courage Shaiva is looking for footages. Does he bowl whatever? So I, I think with that experience or whatever is got lots of variations that you need to read and stuff. But yeah, I'm backing him
Well,
to play.
no, I mean, even me, I haven't really like seen him bowl. Yeah, it's like it's impressive, but with the numbers, you can't deny, he doesn't deserve a spot or things like that. I think, yeah, because when you start putting up those numbers, that's when I think a lot of people have been talking about it, and then even myself was more intrigued. I'm like, okay, who is this guy? And then you can't deny such when someone has such numbers. And then the other person who's also, I think, making a big noise is them, who Antam Nagdi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Antam Nagdi. I think he's been scoring big runs almost game after game.
Uh, I don't have anything about the guy. Uh, he's he's doing well. But you know what? Uh, things mustn't be easy. Things mustn't be easy because there are guys before him. Who've been scoring runs, who've been scoring hundreds, who've been doing well. For their clubs, for their franchises. They've been doing well. They've been scoring runs and stuff. So I don't think I think the
I think his core is a bit further away. Yeah, he still needs more time.
yeah, he needs to prove. He, he needs to keep on. He needs to keep on proving because things are not supposed to just easy. Just come in, score 100, just score 50, just da 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 da, and then you're playing for
But
you're playing for.
things don't happen, yeah. I just think it's been happening. I guess I don't score big runs. They're not scoring big runs. If you ask, like, you get a player that plays maybe 10, 15 games franchise, 200 or 100, they get a shot in the national team.
Because like if you're talking of Mufudza, that off spinner,
Yeah.
it's been on the sidelines for so many years. Yeah, for so many years. That's why you hear some people saying, it's time. Come on, guys. just give, just give him a game. You understand? So that means it was if he's going to play against any, it wasn't easy. It was a it was a long road. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was a long road. You don't just come in Navi, whatever you're talking about. Just Navi, and then you just come because like things are easy in Zimbabwe. You just go and play and stuff.
Come and play. I just
Some
said,
people just telling eh, want to remove that thing of just if you just score 50, 100, you're already playing for your national team. No,
I'm 100% with that. I'm 100% with that.
when the right channels, there there must be a process for things. There must be a process for things. Like even if you remember years back, when like Taibu, Hamilton, and other boys, like guys, Travis Friend or whatever, they proved that I'm ready for national team. Because during those days, they could play against Izime, he could play against Australia as warm up games. He could play against West Indies. You're talking of fast bowlers. You know, say, talking of fast bowlers, you, you need to be tested. No, of course, you can't be tested by 150 kilometers per hour.
But how is he going to get tested when the only cricket you have to play is against those same speed? Like, how is it?
We need that Zime, and then we play teams. We, we play West Indies A. We play Pakistan A. You be tested. You be
Oh, that's
tested
true.
because of course you're playing against the Odararis. You're playing against the a sports club, and then you play against the ah no, can't.
I'm going to like do
You need you, you need to be tested. You need to be tested.
That's true. That's true. You need to go down through the ranks. But for me, I think be the first one not to.
Okay. Before you go down, even if you check the records of Bavuma
Mm, mm,
before he played that Proteas, he was tested. I was following. He used to score. He used to score runs when he was playing for South Africa A. They used to tour They used to tour India. They used to play against Pakistan A. They used to play against Australia A. They used to play. You see, Bavuma scoring 200, 150, whatever. He was tested.
that's true. That's true. No, that's very true. Very true. So I think so. That means because now they're not playing enough games. I think there was this side that was here in SA a couple months ago. But I think that was it. So yeah, I think we'll go back again to the same conversation that as a country they need to invest more into this to get better players. Otherwise, we just gonna keep playing around each other in the country, give ourselves the same level of competition that doesn't meet the international standard. So yeah, I think it will go down to that again. But anyway, with the World Cup final, what were your thoughts? India, they lost to Australia after a long streak of 10 out of 10 games, and then they lose this one important game. What are your thoughts?
Um, this big tournaments, you need to lose one game for you to learn, to wake up. You know, obviously India were the favorites, but they were winning everything, so they were so relaxed. But Australia lost. I think they lost about two straight games, huh? And
Yeah.
it was a wake up call. They started fighting. They started fighting. And again, naturally, Australians, they know how to win big tournaments. Naturally.
Yeah, that's true. I was saying this that I looked at the way Australia bowled. I was watching the game. I was like, hey, if we win this game, it was just meant to be for us. But in terms of executing strategies and everything, Australia was on top of India. They were bowling with strategy, the short ball, they were certain fields that they are bowling to, and then when India was bowling, these guys were all over. I'm like, nah, we're done. We're done. We're not gonna go anywhere.
About those games, you need the you need the right analyst, not your friend who is your friend who doesn't know how to analyze him. You know, you need the right guy for the job to do the job for you. As you can see, the Australian bowlers, it was easy for them.
Yeah, it was too easy.
It was too, it was too easy. It was too easy for them because they are those guys who can analyze games. Huh? They'll tell you. I remember. I remember when I was a change room attendant change room attendant of Pakistan. Years back, that team of like Ajmal, Afizi, and other stuff. You know what? There was a board in there. Those betters 1 to 6, I think. They're just analyzing because I was just in there. They were like, if I in this changing room, you are part of us. They analyzed from from number 1 to number 6, and the game was done. It was like Hamilton. Hamilton just hit top of off. He can nick the ball, either first flip or second flip. Chamu Ajmao. That's why he get in. He doesn't play spin. Uh, it was just take on, and then he
That's
saw his, and then saw Afiz. That's your job. Get the job done, and then execution. It was something else. It was something else. So when you talk, when you're talking of the coaching stuff or the technical stuff, you need the right guys. Obviously, it's not necessarily that the guys that played cricket or they're at the highest level, no, but there are guys who are gifted. If they just sit there and analyze the game, you think that this guy is playing cricket in the highest level, highest level. But no, he, he's just gifted. He just knows how to. Because I remember even years back, a bit Villas when he was a new guy, he was pulling everything. Huh? So I think the first game he destroyed Australia. He destroyed Australia left, right, center. And then they were like, it's fine, it's alright, he's a new guy. Now we know what to do. They analyzed the his pull shot, sort of like when he was pulling the ball, which was sort of like 140, his hands were there. So the computer started playing the game now. So that means if he was pulling of his arms fully stretched 140, what about 142? The hands will be there. What about 145? So that means the hands will be sort of like crimped. So what about just 146? What will happen? And then the next game, short ball 145, 146 was scored.
Go on. Nah, hey, I feel the same, man. Hey, because even with the way, like, I'm India fan. I'm an Indian fan. Hey, we're exposed. Even with the basic, we're exposed. Because now the top order collapses, and then now you get a guy like Keora who that's calling out. Now they have to play the long game. I think Shears was he went out early. Now they are forced to play the long game because they know if anything goes wrong and they don't push this game maybe up until the last 15, 20 over. You know, a guy like Sky is not going to give you a long game. And then now one of them went out. Instead of Sky coming in, I saw Jadeja coming in. I was like, no, we just got exposed. Because there was still like 30 over. There was still like 30 over. And Jadeja is coming in. They know, okay, Jadeja can push the game a little bit longer. Sky to get in, I was like, no, we done. But I don't know. That's how I looked at it. And Australia played better cricket, but for India, we keep losing in those stages, which is not gonna be good for the nation. For if this keeps going on, I don't. Hey,
Yeah, obviously the best team won that day.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And then, coach, who's your god? Who's your greatest cricketer of all time? Do you do god? Because I'm thinking like more, like I think Virat Kohli estimated this. I think we can we can all confirm.
Yeah, Virat Kohli is something else.
But yeah, for you,
Because just just to score those runs, you were talking of like 50, 100.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, especially if you get if you even if you check the figures, figures don't lie. Uh, check those figures, and is it is just a complete player. Talking of his fielding, the energy he brings, stuff.
Yeah,
Is is a fighter, and obviously he doesn't want to lose.
hey, no, I just love watching that guy. Yeah,
He's a complete package.
yeah, true, true. And then I think we're almost wrapping up. It's been almost 1 hour. It's 1 hour 18 minutes. So I don't wanna take much of your time. I know you're planning to attend, and I think it's almost dinner time. I think I'm just gonna bring this topic. I think it would be unfair for me not to bring it up. Liverpool. I know. Are you a fan of Liverpool, right? Yeah. What is it? Because like I look at myself. The day I started playing cricket, football, soccer, it's like it's non-existing. I don't follow soccer. I don't. What was this that draws, or what is it that draws you to soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer when I was in primary school. I was a keeper.
Yeah, hey, we all did that.
So I was a keeper,
Yeah.
and then from there I started following football. I started. I think I started supporting Liverpool during the times of John Barnes.
Oh,
Years back, and then I was obviously supporting Liverpool, and then I was supporting again the family team Dynamos. I think everyone was supporting Dynamos in those days. So it was Liverpool Dynamos. Mm.
because Dynamos who I think kept United and yeah, I think those are the big games.
Yeah, those are the big games, the Harare Giants and stuff. So supporting Dynamos, and again it was my blue. It was my favorite color, and it's still my favorite color. Though inside I'm a bit purple. But
Oh wait, oh wait.
yeah, I remember. I remember I remember St. George's when I was at St. George's. Ma-
Yeah.
McDonald was like when Churchill and George's was playing. He was like, "Who are you
Ah.
supporting, Reggie? Huh? Who are you supporting?" I was like, I'm half red, half purple."
Ah, yeah, the people think you won't go away. You won't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's forever.
Yeah, that's true. So I think I've got one in the final question, and I think it's on your Mount Rushmore for Zimbabwe cricket. I'm talking that statue in America where you have Washington. I think it's what is this? There's Washington. There's Ted. What's his name? Those four guys. And let me just look it up here. Yeah, I used to know this thing by head, but now it's hey. Okay. There's George Washington. There's Thomas Jefferson, and there's Abraham Lincoln, and then there's Roosevelt. Have you seen that the Mount Rushmore, uh, the engraving of Mount Rushmore? So it's like the four presidents of America, and it's a engraving of it. For Zimbabwe, which players are you going to? Do you think are on your Mount Rushmore? I will just mention mine. These are the old, like the Zimbabwean cricketers that I know. Like is the greatest. I'll go with the Flower Brothers and Grant, and I'll put Henry Olonga there and Brendan Taylor. Those are my four.
Yeah, yeah, sort of like you're reading my list, yeah.
Ah. I mean, you can't really go. Those are, well, for me, those are the guys. And for the new gen, I think Brendan Taylor can represent that a lot. And then from the old, you get your three guys, Andrew Longa and the Flowers. And, I think they were world class cricket players for Zimbabwe. So, yeah. So it's the same.
Yeah, I the same Olong was something else, and then the Grant Flower and the Flower were out of this world, and there's a guy Lou Johnson, good as well. Mm. And then with our current, we're talking of Taibu. Taibu was top there. Stop there, and then BT stop there. And then now we got Raza. Raza is doing really well, and is really doing well for himself as well, because he's attracting the international T20 leagues and T10 leagues. So it's it's good for him. You know, even when he decides he decides to retire one day, he's still gonna make some moolah. Some
But it's good for him and it's also good for the country because now, yes, he's there, he's the one who's making all the money, but he's from Zimbabwe. And then I think other people will be forced to look at, okay, he's from there. What else is there? I think it's a win-win, especially for the country. I think they should be more grateful for that guy.
obviously is raising the flag high. I think some of our guys they need to learn from that because time is moving. The time is moving so fast. And
So,
they need to start making their names. Uh, they need to put their names out there so that they can be they can be called. I can see Ngarava things happening for him. He was in Sri Lanka, going to Bangladesh and whatever. Things are looking good for him. It's good for him for his consistency. Being consistent, been taking wickets. He's been doing well. Hmm.
that's true. Hey, Coach, it's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate you taking your time and sitting down with me. Have a nice conversation. I think there was a lot for me to know even more about yourself. From a person who grew up, there's always the respect of, you are my coach, and we don't really get to know and understand each other outside that coach bracket. So I think it was special for me and also for whoever was gonna see this or was watching now. Sure, they will take one or two things, and I'm honored and thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good one.
And yourself, I just want to say to people, in life you never stop learning. Never stop learning. Be in a position to learn and be in a position to be corrected if you want to go far in your life or in your career. That's all I can say.